Representative of Banks and Business newspaper, which is operated under Azerbaijan Banks Association. We are glad to see you and your team at the FinTech Summit. And also, I know you are a busy woman and you have very enough time. Let's dive in our questions. Why FinTech Summit is important for you and your team and to participate here? Please.
First of all, Ulviyya, it's great to meet you, and thank you very much for having me, because it's always an amazing opportunity to speak to your readers, to people who watch this, read this, because we understand that we are experts and we do this day by day, and not so many people know in details what's going on in the payments. And that's important because we do pay every day, right? Each of us. We use these technologies every day. So that's why we believe it's very important for two reasons to run such summits as FinTech Summit is. First, this is an amazing opportunity, we believe, for industry experts to get together, to discuss what's going on in FinTech, in banking, what are the new technologies that we are able to implement in the market. We can discuss together what are the challenges that we face, and there are so many challenges, unfortunately. And we also can see how we can overcome these challenges and discuss new partnerships, new projects that we can implement together. That's why FinTech Summit is very important for us to participate and to support, to be a general sponsor, because we are happy to provide this platform, to provide this opportunity for industry leaders, for real innovators, true visionaries, to come together and discuss how the payments world and technology will be developing further. And for the second reason, as the topic we've started with, we as consumers, we use payments each and every day, don't even thinking about that. And that's probably the most important thing, when you can pay and you don't have to think how it's going on background. And that's why the opportunity to share more on technologies, to share more with people how it works, how they can use technology for their benefit, it's so important for us.
Thank you. Let's dive in our next question. Visa supports the development of the global economy, and I wonder that why Visa is ahead of its competitors and a world leader in the digital payment industry.
So Visa is in the market, is in the business for 60 years already, more than 60 years. And during all the time, we actually, if you think, we were the first world's fintech, because Visa was the first company to combine finance and technology. When we have, many years ago, we have implemented what is called Mag Stripe. You may remember on the card you have that piece of stripe, of magnetic stripe, and we have developed the technology how to encrypt or register information on that stripe, and that was like really cool innovation back then. So since then, we were gradually, constantly evolving our technologies, our solutions, our products, and by the market reaction, by the appetite from the banks to use this technology, we can tell that Visa is a global leader in fintech and in digital innovations. And we are very proud of that on one hand. At the same time, we understand what is the highest level of responsibility we have for the development of the payment ecosystem. So I think we bring together several key elements that altogether make us the leader. First and foremost, this is the level of the innovation and technology readiness that we use. Our VisaNet, our network payment, is one of the largest in the world, and it's secure, fast, innovative, and convenient for people to use. So that's first, technology. And second probably is the expertise we have, because we operate in 200 markets and countries or territories. And all over, we can gather the insights, the experience, the best practice, and we can share back this experience into other markets. And we are happily doing so in Azerbaijan, for instance, where we are bringing the most innovative, the most advanced technology to be implemented by Azerbaijani banks. And the third element of our success, I believe, are people working in this company. Because, you know, I'm always saying that I have never seen the more of the concentration of the extremely smart people than we have in Visa. So I believe that these three elements, technology, expertise, and people, this is what makes us a real global leader in digital payments.
It means that technology and smart people are king.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, let's dive on our next question. You know, compared to the other markets, especially the Caucasus region, what are the similarities and differences in the market adoption to new solution brought by Visa? And in general, what is the specificity of Azerbaijan market and how do you see this potential?
It's an interesting question because it's always very interesting to see the level of development, or we call it digital maturity of the market. And our region overall, Central Asia and Caucasus, our neighboring countries, we are quite diverse in terms of the digital maturity. So we have markets which are opening up right now. And we have markets which are already quite mature on this road. And I must say that Azerbaijan is really mature in digital term. And the level of innovation we see here, the level of adoption of these new technology and products is skyrocketing. And to your question, probably if I would name one specific of Azerbaijan in terms of the payments development, that would be the readiness to adopt and embrace new technologies. People are really hungry for technology. They want to use it. And for instance, we have implemented the tokenization in 2019, and by doing so, we have built the path for big pays, for Apple Pay and Google Pay to come into Azerbaijan. And Google Pay was launched last year and Apple in 21st. And we can see how quickly market is embracing this technology, because so many people, more and more people, are using eventually Apple Pay and Google Pay and linked Visa cards to pay for their everyday payments. And that's a testament to the fact that Azerbaijani people, and this is obviously driven by banks and fintechs and other key market players, but Azerbaijani people overall are so eager and so open to embrace new technologies, and that's what sets Azerbaijan apart.
That's good. What global initiatives is the company implementing in Azerbaijan market, and especially at the first of the 2023? And what issues do you plan to pay more attention in the current year and the other years, especially in Azerbaijan market?
We are doing so much stuff here, and you know, if I was to mention many projects, that will take us probably too much time. So for that reason, I will call out a few things where we believe which are the pinnacle so far of the innovation in Azerbaijan. So tokenization, it's the level how it quickly spreads across and scales. That's probably one of the most important things happening now in Azerbaijan. Another important element I would mention, or technology I would mention, is what we call Visa B2B Connect. This is the solution which enables companies to pay abroad for their economical activities like imports, exports. And this solution, what is interesting about it is that it's not a card solution anymore. So you don't use the card there, and it's not built on Visa net rails. It's a separate network built or developed based on distributed ledger blockchain technology, and it allows consumers in banks in Azerbaijan, already companies, to send their money abroad quickly, efficiently, and in very predictable manner. Because if you would speak to any company which does export-import and pays for that, you would hear so many complaints about the fact that so often the payment get lost actually among so many correspondent banks who participate in standard type of payment. And with B2B Connect is 24 to 48 hours when payment is done, and this is like the longest time it can take. And usual payments is done in 2, 3, 5 hours. And at each stage of the payment, the payer can see or know where the payment is and when it will be coming to the recipient of this payment. So that's a great innovation, and we're happy to mention that Azerbaijan is actually global leader as a country in implementation of this technology, and that's something we are very much proud for.
You know, Visa supports global women every time, and I would know that. How is Azerbaijan women and entrepreneurs supported within the framework of the She's Next Empowered by Visa global initiative?
I'm really glad you asked this question because it's such a great, it's not a coincidence, but it's such a great thing when what your company does really speaks to your heart and you are personally very much attached to this. And such a topic for me is supporting women overall, and as Visa we are supporting female entrepreneurship all over the world. This is global strategic focus we have, and of course we are running this initiative in Azerbaijan as well. We have already conducted 2 waves of Visa Everywhere initiative. That's She's Next, because Visa Everywhere, it's another initiative we are running that's of supporting fintechs. But with the female entrepreneurship, we do Visa She's Next, empowered by Visa. And the recent wave happened in last autumn, when we have conducted so-called Visa Elevator Speech, when women running their business or just thinking of running their own business, they could literally pitch their business ideas to a jury, and jury selected the finalists, and these finalists received grants from Visa to further develop their business. And we are now very much focusing on developing the next wave, the next idea, how we can support female entrepreneurship in Azerbaijan. And moreover, we have recently, actually yesterday, we hold a business breakfast for female entrepreneurs in Azerbaijan, for ladies who are running their business, where we presented our new platform, our new digital platform, She's Next, which is pan-regional web page where women entrepreneurs all over the region at 17 markets, they can share their successes, they can learn, because we have very much of the teaching and educational material there, and also it serves as a kind of professional social media, like LinkedIn, if you will, for women entrepreneurs, where they can post their news, they can find new partnerships to scale abroad eventually, or they can become mentors, or they can become mentees and get into relationship, into learning relationship with some successful entrepreneurs. And that's an amazing resource, we believe, that is already available to women in Azerbaijan to inspire them and to support them in running their business.
That's good. As you know, in May 2023, with the support of the International Finance Corporation and the Central Bank of the Republic of Azerbaijan, launched the cybersecurity strategy in financial market. And as a pioneer in the digital payment industry, what do you think the strategy means to cybersecurity and the future of the sector? And based on the strategy, what is the Visa thinking of doing?
That's a very important question, as it is very important matter for the whole banking and broader to take financial industry. Because with the new technology coming in the markets, in the countries, we can foresee that these technologies will probably be able to enable even more sophisticated fraud attempts and fraud attacks. So for that very reason, the strategy, cybersecurity strategy developed by our colleagues in Central Bank of Azerbaijan is extremely timely and necessary initiative, because it sets the standards, it sets the guidance for all of the market players, not just banks, and that's important. It's not just banks now having opportunity to perform payments. It's fintechs, other types of companies. So it's very important that central banks set the strategy of the cybersecurity development in Azerbaijan for all of the market players. We as Visa are extremely supportive, of course, because security is the cornerstone of everything we do. We believe that there is nothing more important than security in all of our technology and solutions and innovations. And we call that principle of technology development, we call it security by design. So it means that whatever new technology is being developed, the key element we're building around is security. So for that reason, we are obviously very successful in combating fraud attempts, and we've been building that trust of consumers, governments, businesses into our company for 60 years, and we continue doing so. I can mention that during last 5 years, we have invested as a company $9 billion into systems that enable us as Visa to combat and prevent fraud, and also the tools and solutions that enable our partners, banks, to be efficient in anti-fraud activities. So systems like Visa Risk Manager or Visa Advanced Authentication, and I understand it's kind of narrow circle of people who would know what I'm speaking about, because this is very specific to the banks. But at the same time, I would just like to highlight that these tools that we are offering to banks and banks are using are extremely efficient in ensuring that no fraudulent transaction gets into Visa system and that the money you have on the Visa card are fully secured.
Last but not least, Azerbaijan banks are interested in becoming pioneers in the field of the digital payments and continue to invest in the sector. Would you like to talk about Visa's cooperation with Azerbaijan banks? What is expected?
Yes, and I must say that not just Azerbaijani banks aspire to become pioneers. They already are pioneers of the digital innovation, because so many things and so many projects already have been implemented, which open and expand access to payments from acceptance standpoint. Like whenever you go now in Baku, in other cities, you can pay cashless using your phone, your smartwatch or your payment ring. You can pay cashless already. On the other hand, banks are providing more and more convenient, easy to understand and easy to use payment solutions. Like we are working with the banks on the solution that will enable transfer person to person using just your phone number. So you will not have to, introduce the card number or something. You will just go into your application. You will choose the contact. You would like Ulviyya. I would like to send some money to Ulviyya to share our lunch bill. And then I'll just find you in my contact list and send you the money in 2 clicks. And that's amazing. But that's to say that so much is already done. And of course, we are not stopping here. Our partnership with all Azerbaijani banks is strong and sound, and we are very proud of it and very thankful to our partners for being such an amazing partner, for being such a visionary industry leaders. And we will continue developing many more interesting things and bringing many more innovations into Azerbaijani market.
Thanks, Ms. Doros. Your valuable time.
Thank you very much. Çok sağ ol.